Alright, before we get started today, I need you to go ahead and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to give it a like, and don't forget to hit that little bell icon, that way you don't miss any videos that we drop in the near future. Today we're going to do a product review on the EZV Sight. Alright, before we get started, I'm going to just go over an overview of this sight, kind of give you a little brief description of what it is and what it can do and help eliminate for you. Okay, so one of the ideas behind this is to help eliminate target panic because you don't have a pin to look at, okay? What you use are these inserts. They snap in and out of the housing right here. They're super firm, super tight in there. It does take some effort, but that's not a bad thing because you don't want it moving around, okay? And you got these little tick marks. You got a 20, a 30, a 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. And you frame up what you want to shoot in the center of it. And that's your reference, okay? So on a dot, if you know you're shooting 20 yards at a particular spot, you literally just want to focus in on that spot. And your subconscious, once you understand the sight picture, will take over and make this actually a very accurate sight, which we'll see here in just a minute how accurate you can be with this on a spot target and also a deer. We'll shoot some 3D targets with it, but you frame up the vitals. So you'd put it whichever way the deer's facing. You'd either put the front of the lungs back to the liver or front of the lungs back to the liver, and that's how you would operate this sight. You have to have an open mind. That's one thing you're going to have if you decide to try this sight, is have an open mind about it, okay? Because it's not a pin sight. Okay, it's not a pin sight. You can't just put your pin right where you want, but it does open up your field of view a lot, okay? So just be sure that you have an open mind. Okay, so kind of the idea behind it is going to be very similar to the Trophy Ridge React technology, which has been out for a very long time. I'm not sure how long the sight's been around, the EZV that is. But it's going to be very, very similar to that idea, okay? So they found an algorithm that at certain speeds, these marks are going to be your arrow impact. We're going to go over, get a close-up view of this, go over some of the pros. We're going to hop outside, show you how accurate this thing can actually be. Let's take a closer look at the EZV. Some of the pros that come along with this sight is a durable construction, open field of view, quick target acquisition, helps you range animals. As I stated before, it's the same Allen key to make all your adjustments for your windage and elevation, and even to mount it to your bow. Very easy to set up. It does very well in low light situations, and it's deceivingly accurate. So this little sheet right here, it's called the insert selection sheet. Okay, you got different speeds with different dots for reference marks on it. You could use a micrometer and do your top pin through your fourth pin and get a lot more accurate than what I'm about to show you. I don't have a micrometer, so this is how I'm going to do it. So how I would do this and how I did do it is I didn't chronograph my bow. I literally took my old sight off and matched up that top pin to the bottom. So I need a little bit slower sight tape or insert than 280 foot a second. So I would find the 270. I would do this without it with it staying in focus. So there we go. Right there. So my top two pins matched, that bottom one's out just a little bit. But that's the pin, that's the insert I would start with. Just find the corresponding number and pop the existing one out and put this one in. Alright, it is super humid outside, and that's all the shooting I could stand. Just that couple rounds. I had to shoot a couple times to get everything in frame and focus and everything like that. I'm doing this by myself. But that's just kind of I would say that's good average shooting, okay? That's a 3-inch group at 40 and a sub 2-inch group at 30. So to me, that's excellent accuracy out of a sight, especially when you talk about you can't pinpoint your accuracy. Well, I had no issue finding those dots. That one shot at 40, I do know that it was low, but I was holding. I didn't get my sight picture perfect. Okay, and that's what I mean by having that open mind. You're gonna have to have an open mind in order to be accurate with this sight and to accept that your sight picture is gonna be different. Okay, but while we got the close-up, we went over some of the pros of this sight. So now we're going to go over what I found to be some of the negatives or the cons of this sight. One thing is I would like to see maybe a second axis adjustment, okay? So the way that I combated that is I took my 4-foot level right here. I leveled my bow side to side, front to back, got it perfectly square. Then I mounted the sight, and so depending on which way that bubble was running, I took plastic shims on, I think I got it on the top, had to kick my sight out that way a little bit, run the top out, and that's how I adjusted my level. So it wasn't that big of a deal. It would just be nice if it was built into the sight somehow to get it your maybe a first and second axis adjustment. This sight to me doesn't do much good for me past 40 yards. Okay, the sight picture, it becomes a little constricted. Your animal gets really small. If you're shooting a big bullseye, you know, as far as just to get your to make sure you have the right insert, it works very well for that because it actually frames up just perfect at 50 and 60 yards to make sure you have the right insert. For me personally, it's built for the Midwest hunter, the Northeast hunter that's strictly going to hunt whitetail. That's just the way that I feel about it. I don't feel that this is for a Western hunter. Yeah, you have the capabilities of ranging an animal, but you have the capabilities and the possibilities more so than the whitetail hunter to shoot over 40 yards. I have 1 kill over 40 yards. You don't do it very often in a whitetail wood. I did shoot this thing from an elevated position, and I got some GoPro footage, which we'll cut in right now, and it didn't change the point of impact. I killed that 3D target every single time I shot it. Works very good for that tree stand. I think the target was like 22 or 23 yards. I was very pleased with that. Alright, so that's my review and my opinion on the EZV Sight. I hope you saw it from a different perspective on this channel. Drop in the comments if you have any experiences with this EZV Sight. I don't think I'm going to take it off quite yet. I want to get some more field time with it, get some more blood on it, because that's the only way you're going to know if it's a good product is if you can get it bloody. So, until we talk next time, God bless.